stilettos. I refuse to dance without shoes and I think my legs look too short. It has the athletic qualities and the skill that you need to execute the moves well and professionally is of a high athletic level. I wanted to be a ballerina when I grew up. I was classically trained in ballet, started when I was 4 and I stopped when I was 18. I try to incorporate a lot of my dance training, so a lot of ballet sort of structures, geometrical shapes. My style of pole dancing is very fluid, controlled. I have a very lyrical style to my dancing. I'm also very, very flexible, so it's a little bit contortion-y too. A little bit circus, I guess. Miss Pole Dance Australia is probably the best competition in the world in terms of quality and turnout and event. It's amazing, so I love competing in that competition.
If you win Miss Pole Dance Australia, kind of, yeah, the stage is set. Yeah, it just lifts your name right up there. So whoever wins, they're going to have a fantastic next 12 months.
I do love Felix Kane.
Yeah. Felix.
I think it's going to be a really tough competition because Felix is competing again this year.
Felix is definitely up there, so yeah, but let's see, I don't know, that's a hard one.
I've won quite a few competitions. My first one was Miss Pole Dance Australia in 2006. I then won Miss Pole Dance Australia 2008, and then went on to win the World Championships in 2009, and I've just won them again in 2010, so I'm two-time world champion. Yay!
Ladies and gentlemen, for Miss Pole Dance Australia 2011, she was fabulous, she was fantastic. Please give it up for Felix!
If it was in the Olympics and I couldn't wear my stilettos, then I wouldn't do it.
Memory of doing pole would be having our teacher tell us to touch ourselves, and it was a little bit awkward, but yeah, we got over that pretty quick and we loved it. I started dancing when I was living with my sister, and we were very unfit and used to sit on the couch and do nothing. So she discovered this, new dance craze, and so I said, sure, I'll come along, because I got all jealous that she was going off and doing something new. So I was like, oh, I'll come along too, and yeah, and it all just started there. I get some very interesting reactions when I tell people that I'm a pole dancing teacher. Often I've actually found myself censoring myself and going, oh, I'm a dance instructor. And I go, oh, what sort of dance? And then you go, all different types, really. Generally, people's reactions are quite good. As soon as they say, oh, we've got a pole dancer tonight, they all go, oh, here we go, just going to take her clothes off. And then as soon as I come out and all the clothes stay on, I think it is slightly different. So I think generally there are good reactions to going out there. It is a show. So, yeah, just like cabaret, just like anything else.
I have a high gymnastics background. I started when I was 4 years old because I was hyperactive. My mum couldn't control me. I was always climbing out windows and up trees, everything I could climb. So she put me in gymnastics, which gave me something to focus my energies on. I'm ADHD. I don't take any medication. I learned to control it myself, but I find it extremely hard to sit still for too long. I just want to get up and jump on the pole, and then I try and sit down, then I get on the pole, which helps with my training. I don't sit down and train for an hour every night, but when I do train, when I have the opportunity, I go hard out. I've been pole dancing for 2.5 years. I saw a little advertisement in a local trading magazine and it was advertising pole dance classes. I was like, oh, whatever. I'm sick of going to the gym. I hate going to the gym. It's so boring. I thought it was going to be more the sexy pole dancing and stuff like that, but it wasn't. It was more sports acrobatic, like my gymnastics background. So, yeah, I was hooked straight away.
No, I've never stripped before. I've thought about it, because obviously they make lots of money, but no, I haven't done it. And my mum tells me I don't have big enough boobs for it. I thought pole dancing was just going to be another hobby of mine because I've always tried different dance styles and different things throughout my life. So I just thought, yeah, it was just going to be another phase that I'd go through. But it ended up being something a lot more. I started dancing when I was about 6 years old. My mum put me into ballet, tap, gymnastics, and I did that up until I was about 11, but I kept on doing ballet up until I was about 16. After that, I quit because I wanted to be a rock star, so I pursued that. It's my dream. I still want to be a rock star, but maybe I'm too old for that. I would love to be a pole star. Love to. I'd love to be a star.
This is my pole wardrobe. So my normal clothes get a very small space in here, and my normal shoes get a very small space in here, and the rest is pole stuff.
I've got a whole separate wardrobe for my costumes. So we got gangster. I've got a cop. I like this one. This one's kind of cute. Of course, I've got the nurse costume, which I love because I love dancing to Bad Medicine and Dr. Feelgood. I've got the showgirl one with all the feathers. It's very burlesque-y, and I don't think I'm a burlesque kind of girl.
This is my favourite top ever. This is a bargain top, and I wear it a lot. So these are some of my shoes. These ones are really tatty, but I've had them for ages since, like, I was a student. These are my favourite shoes. I haven't even worn them yet, but they're amazing. And they're like 8 inches, like my cat ears.
And this is my Wonder Woman costume, which I absolutely love. This is my favourite costume because I am slightly obsessed with Wonder Woman.
The Miss Pole one. I hope to get some more of these one day. It's all about the sashes, you see. The sashes. I'm like a crazy person.
This is my new studio room, so it's just a room that we've built within our existing studio to be more for competitive training. Pretty much the whole studio is my responsibility for handyman work or handy girl work. Being a boilermaker by trade, it definitely gives me an understanding, like it doesn't matter whether I'm working with wood or with metal, like once you've had to learn how to design, create and measure things and engineer things, it kind of ties over onto anything. So I helped build all the walls and stuff in here, which was fun to go back to being trade again. I miss that.
This is a really old one. This is when I did ballet for only a couple of years when I was really young, and that's really the only training. Like, I was never any good and I quit when I was really little still. I like this photo. This is a photo of me when I was little. And I picked a little posy. It was very cute. And this is my dad. Yeah, he looks quite dashing in that.
Doing pole dancing or whatever it is as a means of earning a living won't last. You will last until about, what, 32?
I want you to at least acknowledge that, yes, I'm a lot happier now, and that is more important. This is one of the only photos I've got of my mum and us. It was very rare. She hated having her photo taken.
I always remember when her mother decided that I want to be happy. I don't know what that is. And when she decided to break the family, to leave, to walk out of the family, and she wanted to be happy.
I've got a really small family, like it's Dad and my sister, really. And I think it's a bit sad that, you know, like, I've supported him through really tough times like when I was a kid, and it would be nice for him to do the same.
I don't have any intention of going in to see that because it's so psychologically, if I do that, I'm supporting her what she's doing in principle, because I don't want to encourage that. Quite the opposite. I want to drag her out of there and back again to university and study properly.
To him, it's just me going, oh, I really love this thing, and, you know, it's what I do now. And it would have been cool just to have him there, even if he wasn't so ecstatic about it. Like, he doesn't have to be in the front row and taking photos and knowing all my friends or anything, but it's more of just him seeing it and acknowledging it. It would have been really nice for him to see me being happy.
So I work pretty much 7 days a week. I'm on that pole constantly, all the time. It's my whole life. The reason why I moved to Sydney was because of the pole dancing. The pole dancers in Sydney are just, they're world class. I just look up to them. I think they're the best in the world. All the Sydney girls, especially the girls from Bobby's where I work. I pretty much moved here to work at Bobby's and to, you know, train with all these girls that I looked up to and aspired to be. Morning! Morning, dear. How are you? Good. So I teach from beginners to advanced, but most of my classes are advanced. When you put your hands above your head, make sure your arms are straight. Okay, so it's hands, then ankles, knees, and hips. It's really rewarding just seeing their progress from when they start off at beginners to when they get up to the higher levels and lifting their self-esteem. And when you get a new trick, it's like the greatest thing in the world. So bum and up. It's the best job ever. Never thought that I could make a living out of it. Keeps me fit, keeps me happy, always challenging, and that's good.
Can't you see it? And I was the one for him. Don't you believe it?
2 rolls,
All the way just
then
like
up,
I had
flick your bum and step. And then double to the left, double to the right, and a little Priscilla hand.
I started probably about 10 or 15 years ago overseas in Tokyo. That's where I started my pole dancing career, I guess, and I just took off from there. Currently, we have 3 studios in the one location in Sydney City, 2 studios south of the city, 1 big studio and a small studio in Perth, Western Australia. We have just recently opened a studio in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia and 2 studios in Singapore. I love the sensual side to it. That's very important to me, the fluidity of it. I love the power of being able to climb and invert and the gymnastic, the little adrenaline rush you get too. Felix was trained at our Perth studio by my sister Kim. So Felix was a student and then brought on as an instructor. And yeah, actually we got a good relationship with her, and she's gone on to then become the world champion for quite a few years running now. And that's a good claim to fame for us. Her whole life has changed, touring and doing shows and etc. She's awesome.
Now that Felix is retiring, I have no idea what she wants to do. Maybe she wants to open up a school, or I think she got offered a job with Cirque du Soleil.
Felix Kane did retire from pole competitions. I think she's still dancing and teaching and all that sort of stuff. I hope she's amazing. But yeah, I hear she's not doing the competitions anymore, which changes the game a little bit.
A lot of people said to me that my show was definitely more entertaining than Felix's. I had the theme and I did the whole rock star thing up on stage and with a guitar, and I had a prop and used it on the pole and just made everything a lot bigger. But yeah, obviously it's hard to compete with her.
Last year, I competed over in Tokyo in the International Pole Dance Championships, and I got first runner-up in the women's fitness division, so I'm probably equivalent ranking 3rd in the world in pole fitness. Strippers make better performers because they get so much more opportunity, like they're working every day. It's really hard being a Boilermaker in my dirty clothes all day and then having to suddenly switch it on and be able to dance without any dance background. I think I've always been able to hide behind a character when I'm on stage, which is the way I work as a performer. I never really bring my true person onto stage, so this is going to be the first time that I ever am, like, without curtains and without veils. It's just kind of going to be more myself on stage, which is very nerve-wracking. Like, I'm very nervous about it because, you know, if it sucks, then it's more like I suck rather than my idea of a character is, like, going to be bad. So, yeah, it's a bit... It makes me feel vulnerable, I suppose, in a way. It'll be the most emotional for me when I'm actually doing it on stage. So, yeah, we'll see what it's like. It's probably going to be really bad.
Stilettos are my first memory of pole dancing. I just remember thinking, I need stilettos.
The shoes. Shoes.
Stilettos.
I don't need clothes.
I love my shoes.
They're huge and I love them.
Shoes, without doubt.
You can never have too many pole shoes.
I have like 50 pairs.
Over 50 pairs of stilettos.
7 inches. Big platforms.
The bigger the shoes, the better.
That's it. Just wanted really big shoes.
I remember the first time I performed in public, it was at the casino for a showcase that my school putting on. And I've got it on DVD and it's really embarrassing. Really? I've changed a lot. I'm a different person to her. Can't believe I'm not wearing heels. But the reason why I'm not wearing heels is because my fiancé at the time didn't like me performing, so I had to kind of dress down a little bit. So less strippery. So yeah, did it to keep him happy. He wanted me to get a 9-to-5 job and, you know, have a wife to cook for him at night and everything, so that's why it didn't work out.
Me and my ex broke up for a number of different reasons, but pole dancing was definitely one of them, and it makes me a bit sad to actually say that because it just shouldn't be a problem. I hope he Googles me every now and then and sees what I'm doing.
Yeah, he'd be jealous that all my energy was focused on that. It's my passion, so if you don't like it, then see you later.
I just wouldn't put up with someone telling me I can't do something I love. That's the bottom line. Bottom line. So pole wins. Sorry.
I had a letter written to me from a lady in Melbourne in a university who was in a teaching position for fabrication and metalworking, saying that I'm a bad role model for tradeswomen in the industry and that we're just sex workers and stuff like that, and I was quite offended by it.
I think anyone with a high school education would be able to see that the word pole dancing and having sex with people for money are quite separate. It's always hard. You're defending the whole rest of the industry, and I don't want to lie about what I do. I've got nothing to hide. I'm not ashamed.
I turn on MTV sometimes and I think that what I see there is far more vulgar than anything I see on the poles.
I won't hide what I do to make someone else feel good about themselves, so that's life, isn't it?
My crowd is certainly, would not accept pole dancing as legitimate, even desirable or socially acceptable.
I'm not fighting for approval from anyone.
The current use of pole dancing, especially in sleazy joints, and that does not help. It is part of the exploitation of women.
I get very roundabout questions with people trying to ask me if I'm a stripper or not.
Oh, stripper pole.
So do you dance? Are you a dancer at night? Do you dance in clubs and things?
It's great if you have an iPhone available. You can just see what I do.
Miss Pole Australia is the perfect place to explain to people what it is that you do, because they see, they see media there, and they see, the Enmore Theatre, which is huge, and, well, for me, huge, and, they see such a big audience and, a proper judging panel and sponsors, and it's a big deal. It's not like we're shacked up in the back of a strip joint just dancing for ourselves. It's a genuine competition that, has exposure and, is a serious competition. It's a very small world at the moment. It is very, very new. We're like this hot new thing in its infancy, but I think at the moment we're still trying to work out exactly what we are as well.
People still talk about it being a craze and a little bit of a, you know, rush of some new sport. And I'm like, it's not new.
There are lots of rumours about, oh, let's make pole dancing an Olympic sport. No, I don't think so. I don't think it should be part of the Olympics. It's not like shot put, okay? It's pretty.
It's as tough as any other sport. I truly think so. I don't know that it belongs in the Olympics. Just because it's different. It's like ballet. Ballet isn't an Olympic sport, nor should it be. It's on its own, and so are we.
I don't think ballet needs to be in the Olympics to be recognised as, you know, what it is. So I think, for me personally, I think pole's on the same sort of level. I look at it more as a dance form or an art form. It can be recognised as mainstream and very athletic, but I think it's probably not going to be considered an Olympic sport, probably.
My dad recently passed away. He got diagnosed with motor neuron disease about 2 years ago, but the last sort of 6 months of his illness, he really, really deteriorated. My parents are very, very religious, so he was really involved with his church, and he wanted me to be whatever I wanted to be when I grew up. He never put pressure on me to do anything. Like, I was really into rock music when I was younger, and you know, I wanted to be in a band, and the pole dancing thing came up, and he thought it was cool. You know, I showed him Felix on YouTube, and he thought it was amazing, and so he's always been supportive. My dad was really, really proud of me. He never once criticised me or anything like that. He was always supportive, and he thought it was amazing what I was doing. Before he died, I actually told him I was going to win Miss Pole Dance Australia this year. I may not, but if I do, I really wish that he, you know, would be here for, not just to see my performance, just for me to ring him and say that I won. Because of course, you know, my parents would be the first person I'd call. My dad's definitely where I get my musicality from.
So I have decided to invite my dad to Sydney to see me at Miss Pole Australia. It could be the worst idea in the world, but I'm going to book a flight anyway. I understand that it would be hard hearing the words, you know, like pole dance and then thinking about my daughter. I get that would be really hard, but at the same time, he hasn't given me a chance to prove what it is that I do. I think maybe if he saw me once and then didn't like it, I would respect that more. I would understand that it was hard for him to watch and he didn't want to watch other girls, and it was a little bit awkward. My ideal fantasy for this year would be that Dad comes and he comes to see it and he loves it and he's blown away by it and I place. That would be amazing. Yeah.
The Youth Olympics in Singapore wanted to introduce pole dancing this year. Obviously, that was a big risk, so they asked if I would choreograph the number and provide the dances, so I provided girls from my Singapore franchise. I choreographed the opening piece. I was very happy with the choreography, and they were very happy as well. I think we sailed through and made some non-believers believers in pole dancing. Probably on the worldwide stage, that was the biggest, most public show that I've ever done, but I still think the biggest show I choreograph is the Miss Pole Dance Australia opening number. That takes a lot of work.
I'm playing drums for the opening, and I just feel if I nail the opening, if I play the drums awesomely and I hit every beat and I'm in time and, you know, I just do a good job, I'm going to be so pumped up for my show. So I feel like my show is based on how well I play the drums for the opening.
We have rehearsal times I think 12. It said in the email about 12, 12:30 at the venue. We've got a meeting that everyone needs to be at 4 to 5, and that's when we'll do the run-through gown parade and all that sort of stuff. It's pretty standard. That's what we normally do. So, yeah, and I have the most amazing gown. I'm very excited. I need to buy chicken fillets, so there's nothing to hold it up. I'm in Sydney for Miss Pole Australia. Good, really, really nervous. I was okay when I got off the plane, and then I got really nervous again, and then I was okay while I was having breakfast, and then I was nervous again. So it's kind of, yeah, up and down. I really just want to get into the studio and have a bit of a play on the poles and things. That's, I think, what I'm most worried about.
Tomorrow's Miss Pole Dance 2012, and I'm so excited. I can barely contain myself. I think I've got a really good chance. I think if I nail my routine, then I could do it.
I used to feel like the rookie of this competition a lot more, probably last year, because I was still a bit lost and I still didn't really know what I was doing. And this year kind of completes my first full year of being professional full-time. So as of last year, I was like, oh, I've just turned professional. And now it's like, well, I've been doing this for a year and I've been competing and teaching full-time, and I know my stuff, I think.
I hope that I'm not too arrogant or whatever. I don't think I am. But I don't know, I just think it's my time. I had this really cool dream that my dad came and we were like in these mountains, and I walked up to him and he told me how proud he was of me and stuff, and so it's cool.
I'm Miss Pole Dance Victoria 2012, which is really exciting to even say that. So yeah, being here up in Sydney today, you know, it's really exciting for me. I'm feeling about this competition quite prepared in comparison to any other competition I've done. Not this year, like Miss Pole Victoria was really prepared as well. But in previous years I've been here, maybe not as prepared mentally, physically as well. So this year I'm kind of like, yeah, gonna give it my all. So nothing wrong with, you know, aiming high.
Are you gonna eat before the performance?
I don't know.
Otherwise you won't fit in her dress.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, really?
So last night.
I'm nervous and excited and sometimes relaxed, but mostly nervous and excited. I got everything except my music. I forgot to get on the plane with that. But that's okay, it's being sorted. It's being sorted, so it's okay. That's the only thing that's stressing me out.
I'm quite nervous. I haven't put my makeup on yet, so I think once I start doing that, then it's going to be real for me. I've got to go up on stage, do a little practice, and yeah, I think it'll start kicking in then, but it'll be more of like a preparation, like an adrenaline rush, getting ready to perform.
If I win, I've decided I'm either going to buy myself a BMW, because I love Beamers, or get a boob job. When I lost a lot of weight and got fit, I obviously lost all my boobs. So I used to be a D cup, now I'm a B cup. So it's very hard for a woman to go from, you know, having big boobs, these tiny little boobs. I'm not like screaming with excitement right now, but I will be. I'm just nice and relaxed, soaking it all in.
Every time I'm in a competition with other people, especially solo-wise, I realise how at the bottom I am. When I'm here, like just watching some of the other girls, I go, wow, I'm not as flexible and I don't have that grace and, you know, just got bigger boobs or whatever, and that's fine, doesn't matter, like, but part of me always does consider that and go, oh, I feel really amateur still. No, haven't heard from Dad yet. Not sure what he's doing. And part of me doesn't really want to just call as well. But yeah, no, not sure.
This is the first time I've seen my sister pole dance. Seeing as how she came second last year and she was only beaten by such a small margin, I figured, yeah, she's got a good chance.
What we usually do at this stage is just go around just quickly and say, you know, what your name is and what state you're from, if you want to say pole school or whatever. I'm sure everyone knows Bobby. We have our host, Maxie and Chili, over here. And the fabulous Mimi. If you haven't given her your music or signed a form with her, please do that. That's Mimi, and she's just going to be everywhere. She's fabulous.
Bobby and I run Bobby's Pole Studio with Miss Pole Dance Australia. She organises the opening and the closing, organises the guest acts, and I organise the media, the marketing, the VIPs, the ticket sales, stuff like that.
Actually, the calmest I've ever felt. Not a single bit of nerves, not stress. I think we're just in the pattern now, know how it works.
Well, there was the year where a drunk contestant punched Bobby in the face. That was interesting. But, no, they're not allowed to drink backstage anymore.
So I'm a little bit worried about playing drums before I compete. I've been practicing quite a lot recently, and I think I pulled a muscle in my forearm here. It's okay, like it just hurts when I do this. But it doesn't hurt to push or pull. I've already tested it out. So it's all good for pole. It's just gonna hurt when I play.
Okay, so then we go like this. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for your girls. Let's meet them individually, so then they forward off. All together. No, keep going.
I feel, in a way, the most prepared for the solo routine that I have for any routine. I do not have a serious injury that will be impeding my performance.
When it comes to injuries, I assume everyone's got an injury. This is so physical. There's so much pressure on all your joints, and no one cares if you're sick. No one cares if you're, injured. No, it's competition.
Countdown is on. Just had my makeup done. That took a while. My hair as well. Probably pace around back and forth, annoy some people.
If the pole's really slippery at the top, who do I tell? It's like really greasy.
No mini bombs. I'm excited, but I just ate, so give me a minute, I'll be back.
Tonight is gonna be the biggest night of my life, pretty much. I'm living two of my dreams, being a rock star and, being an awesome pole dancer. Did you see the cross?
Yes.
Okay. And I guess once all the lights off as well.
And it's going to be cool. I really like the scroll one.
I got to do hair and makeup now for the next couple of hours, make sure my costumes are ready to go. The vibe backstage is great. There's a lot of people that we've made friends with along the way, so it's kind of like a meet and greet. The run-through went really well. The poles are spinning nicely, they're spinning evenly, round stable. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's just up to us doing the right things now.
Oh, the nerves. Oh my God, that feeling. Ooh. Makes you so nervous. Oh dear.
We're here to support Miss Lou Landers. She's definitely up there in the A team and a big chance, and she's worked extremely hard.
Whoever wins obviously will deserve it. I think I'll leave that up to the judges, but I would like to see my bestie win, obviously. Rock and pole, Cleo! Rock and pole!
Nervous now. I was a bit stressed out before because my laser guy wasn't on time, and I just wanted to have a rehearsal.
We're about to do the gown parade, so everyone's a bit dressed up. I feel like a bit of a lady.
Keep on 2012 Miss Pole Dance Australia finalist.
The drawing was awesome. I'm so excited. As soon as I finished, I was like, oh my God, I want to stay and play another song. So I'm stoked how it went. I'm hoping to just blow everyone away. I actually want people to jump out of their seats and clap. So I don't know if that'll happen, but hopefully I'll try and conjure up as much energy as I can. I'm really prepared. I'm feeling really strong. My body feels really good. I've got lots of energy and I'm so excited about my routine.
If I managed to place at Miss Pole this year, I think it would give me a lot more confidence in what I'm doing as well. Not that I don't believe in myself, because I think I have potential. I think it would kind of prove to me that I'm on the right track.
I would say my greatest weakness is the dancing side of pole dancing. I want to show people that I'm not just a trickster, but I can perform.
My ideal fantasy. Dad comes and I place.
You walk past it every day, looking at it like it's looking back at you. That house is haunted, the lights go off and on. It was built in 1901. All of the stars
Not awesome. Anyway, I don't want to think about it. Yeah, it wasn't great. It doesn't matter.
I'm a little bit tired now, but I'll be fine.
Once I cool down, I'll be fine.
Representing New South Wales, make some noise for Cleo!
And then I'm thinking, am I on the wrong pole? I want to do it again. The lighting guy didn't do anything I asked him to do. There was no smoke. He didn't turn the lights off when they were supposed to go off. The pole wasn't spinning. I actually thought that I was on the wrong pole. I think my dancing tricks were fine, but it would have been heaps better if the pole was spinning and if my lights worked. The lasers were cool, but you got to have the lighting to go with the lasers. And I fucking want to strangle the lighting guy so bad. Turn the fucking lights off! He didn't turn the lights off, god damn it!
I just heard spinning.
I'm done. Thank you.
So the pole didn't spin at all.
I know.
Just
zero. Fucked.
Zero.
I know.
I'm like, only 1 minute of my routine's on static. I just freestyled it. Yeah, the whole static. Did yours spin at all? Mine didn't spin at all.
No.
Nothing. Zero.
I actually thought I was on the static pole, and I kept looking to see where am I? On the right side.
I just had I could hear people going. Oh.
I just find it so strange.
I was like, don't pity me.
They should have fixed it. They should have.
They'll give us sympathy votes.
Oh, it just I just made shit up. Like, nothing went to the music because I was just making stuff up. There's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. If I come out of this good, I'll be very surprised. So, yeah, I think they should mention it. Otherwise, I just look like a dick.
Oh, God. I mean, someone told me it wasn't my best, but... Oh, well.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Is everybody ready?
Yes, they are. So we have all our prizes plus flowers and sashes, ladies and gentlemen.
And a crown by Safari Lee, which is real silver with a diamond.
Definitely be good for my career. I guess I'll get more opportunities to travel the world and I guess a lot more recognition worldwide. it would just be really cool to be the best.
Second runner-up, Miss Pole Dance Australia. Well, she may as well just stay on the stage. It's the lovely Shell.
First place, we are crowning Miss Pole Dance Australia. It is...
Our hearts beat so fast. I've been dreaming about you.
Yeah, like I'm really surprised. Again, I didn't see a lot of it, so what I would have thought at the start, clearly, like Claire, amazing. That was really, really good. I'd seen her rehearsals, fantastic. I was probably a bit surprised, but I hadn't seen. Shell said she was doing something really different and more for this competition, so I was like, awesome. I think this is fantastic. She needs to do more dancing, and apparently she did it. It's really strange. Like, it's all over, and I'm a bit sad and stuff, but you know, I'm not disappointed. Leo! One. She's amazing. So, good work, ladies. Yay. And I got a best costume. Yay, check it out. A lot of people have started to try and bridge both sides of the pole dance thing. They're not just all about the sexy or all about the trickery. They're starting to try to bring in theming and theatrics and bring it all together as like a more filled out performance. So I'm really happy that they're doing that. This is better than any of us ever hoped to come in Miss Pole Dance Australia. I'm very excited. I don't think it's real yet, so yeah, we're gonna leave and drink some beers and
Get a ticket, like, you know, to fly to see me. So I guess he really doesn't want to. I'd like him to say that he's proud of me. I think that would be really, really good. I'd like him to say that I looked amazing and he'd never seen anything like that before. That's really exciting.
We'll get out of your road.
Oh, congratulations. I think I'll feel like a winner tomorrow. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe when we go out partying. Yes, I definitely wish my dad was here. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We'll be proud.
Dance like this.